So yesterday, Krishna himself described the sweetness of Srimati Radhika. Krishna says, I give happiness to the three worlds. Who will give happiness to me? Krishna is Ananda Swarupa, the ocean of happiness. Anandamaya Brahma. Anandamaya Bhasyat, Anandamaya Vyasat. Krishna is Ananda Swarup, the ocean of bliss. So everyone is everyone gets completely flooded in the bliss of Krishna. No radio? Mine is not working properly. Ontem ele funcionou, mas hoje não está funcionando. Pode tentar, é. Acho que eu não trouxe o cabo, O cabo não está aqui. Esse cabo aqui. Esse é diferente. There's no one higher than me. Krishna says, no one is higher than me. There's no one that can be higher to me. But when I think about it, Srimati Radhika, she is better than me. She's the topmost. Everyone becomes so happy seeing my form. Yesterday I was describing this. Krishna is called. He's the original Cupid. Jahara Upasan. He's the original Kamadev, the original Cupid. In the spiritual world, Krishna is the supreme transcendental Cupid. And his manifestation is Pradyumna in Dwaraka Pradyumna. And this Pradyumna, the manifestation or the shadow of this Pradyumna is Swargaloka. In Swargaloka, the Cupid of Swargaloka, whose wife is Roti Devi. That Kamadeva that came to destroy the meditation of Lord Shiva manifested a beautiful form and came close to Lord Shiva, dancing, singing. And then Mahadeva, with his third eye, Lord Shiva destroyed him completely. Yesterday I described this. About this Kamadeva. So there are three Cupids, three Kamadevas. You heard. Cupid of this material world means Swargaloka, that one who is responsible for, with his sidelong glance, is actually making everyone dance. Even a small ant. Can you try to switch this on? Maybe remove the battery. Small ant until Lord Brahma. Everyone is agitated by him. Even the great yogis, the great rishis. If this Cupid of Swargaloka, just by hearing the sound of his anklets, these great rishis, they will give up the meditation. You know the story of Vishwamitra? Vishwamitra, he was performing severe austerities, and then Kamadeva came, and only by hearing the sound of his feet or his anklet, the sound of the feet of Cupid made the meditation of Vishwamitra destroyed, like he broke his meditation. That's the influence of the Cupid Kamdev. The Cupid is so powerful. With his beauty, he's able to destroy even great yogis, win over great yogis. He really defeats them. Brahma, Shiva and others. Everyone gets conquered by lust, by Cupid. This material Cupid, he came in the Rasa Lila of Krishna. When Krishna started the Rasa Lila with the gopis, Krishna played the flutes, and all the gopis came. And at the time, the Cupid thought Krishna was an ordinary cowherd boy. And then he came to try to conquer Krishna. At that time, Krishna told Kamadeva, "Do you want to fight with me?" And then he said, "Yes. For so many days I was waiting for you. I've seen your form when you were a kid, but now you're a teenager. Anyone that becomes a teenager, immediately I will hiddenly, I will agitate this person, disturb this person. When they become, I'll enter this person, and I'll disturb this person's mind when the person becomes a teenager. So this is my duty. This is my job. This is my duty. To make jivas elucidated by lust and stay in this world. Even great demigods, even great people, they cannot leave my grasps, my influence. Like even Lord Brahma, he got the illusion. And sorry, what happened with Brahma? Sorry, what happened? Brahma ji ke saath? Uma vez, Brahma manifested a daughter from his mind, and she was very beautiful and attractive. Brahma saw his daughter, Sanda. He couldn't control his lust. Brahma started chasing behind his own daughter. This is described in Shastra. So the Shastra describes also this. So Kamadev is saying, even Brahma, Shiva, and all the great yogis, great munis, expert in meditation, I take everyone under my control. No one can come out of my grasp. So he wanted to challenge Krishna. Krishna says, "Oh yeah, you want to fight with me? Okay, very nice. You have come. You want to fight with me? Okay, of course. Let's fight. I have 5 arrows." Cupid, Kamadev, in his hand, he has bow and arrow, and he has 5 arrows in his bow. Panchabanaya. Panchaban. First is Akarshak Ban, arrow of attraction. Second arrow is Mohit, taking on the illusion or like mesmerization. So 5 kinds of arrows. Then after the person does Kela Vilas, and then the person faints. Loving amorous activities, and then faints. So no one can escape. No one can escape the Cupid. Krishna said, "Okay, very nice. I don't have a bow, I don't have arrow. I only have 1 flute." Krishna said, "I only have a flute." Okay, no problem. I only play with the flutes for the gopis, not for you. So if you want to fight with me, okay. You have a bow and arrow, yeah. And I have only my 2 hands. My 2 hands. I have only my 2 hands. Cupid said, "Okay." Krishna said, "Look, okay, you want to fight with me? How? There are 2 kinds of duo. You said duo. One is in an open field. Those who they can open field, like a duel in an open field. Mas ele falou que só toca flauta para as golpes, tá? So there are two kinds of duel. One is open field and another one inside a room. It's called parkota. Means a duel. Walls. A place bounded by 4 walls. If you duel inside this place, it's a different kind. It's called parkota. So Krishna asked the Cupid, you want to fight with me? Okay. So which kind of duel? You want an open field or inside the place? The Cupid said, I do parkota with everyone. Means duel in a small place, in a surrounded by walls place with everyone, and I conquer everyone and mesmerize everyone. So I want to fight with you in an open field because I heard that you're very powerful. Who is saying this? The Cupid, Kamadev. Kamadev is telling Krishna, I heard that you're very powerful. Since your childhood, even when you were 6 day old, you killed Putana. When you were 6 days old. And now, also you killed Bakasura, Agasura, so many demons you've conquered. But this for you is just a play, like a game. But I am Kamdev, Cupid. You cannot defeat me. You won't be able to escape. I will wound you. Krishna said, very nice. So where you want to fight? The open fields. Krishna said, okay, look at the beautiful field. Banks of the Jamuna here, empty place. Look. 100 kilometers, completely free. The banks of Jamuna. Very, very nice. Come. The Cupid said, okay. Krishna and Kamadev came there. And first you show your arrow. Throw your first arrow. And then Kamadev said, yes, I will shoot my first arrow. So I have 5 arrows in my bow, in my quiver. I will one by one, I will shoot each arrow towards you. Krishna said, why one by one? You can shoot the 5 arrows at once. Shoot the 5 at once. Krishna said, Cupid, your bow has 5 arrows in the quiver. Why you shoot one by one? Why? You should shoot the 5 arrows at the same time on me. 5 arrows at once. The Cupid said, one arrow is enough to destroy, like to conquer everyone, even one arrow. Krishna said, you have 5 arrows, huh? But this, if you shoot one by one, it'll be like a knockout for you, So it's better you try 5 at the same time. But Kamadev said, no, I will shoot one by one. So he started shooting one by one his arrows on Krishna. So how many arrow he has in his quiver? 5. So he shoots one by one. He was shooting one by one. Samohanban, the one that like mesmerizes you. So he shot this toward Krishna. That had nothing, no results, no effect in Krishna. So one by one, he shot 5 arrows on Krishna. Then Kamadev was so surprised. What's going on? Do you have any other arrow? Krishna asked. The Cupid said, oh no, I already shot all my arrows. Krishna said, okay. And you can, let's see how you react to my arrow. Krishna said. So where is your arrow? Krishna said. What are the 5 arrows of Krishna? His form, Rupa, Ras, Gandha, Sabda, Sparsha. His touch, his smell, his taste, his touch, the objects of the sense of Krishna. So you tried 5 arrows against me. You shot, but no effect. Nothing happened to me. Now try to tolerate one weapon. I mean, one arrow. Which one? Rupa Ban. The arrow of my form, of my beauty. Rupa Ban means the arrow of his beauty. Look at my beautiful form. Then Krishna manifested a divya form, divine form. And then, even by having a little bit darshan of Krishna's beautiful form, the Cupid fainted. His body started trembling like this, shaking. And then the Cupid fainted like that. Krishna said, go. Until my Rasalila hasn't finished, you should continue there fainted. You should stay there fainted until my Rasalila is going on. That's why the Rasalila of Krishna is also called Kama Bijay Lila. Another name of Rasalila is Kama Bijay Lila. So through this pastime, Krishna is showing how even the Cupid is defeated by Lord Krishna. So that's why Rasalila is called Kama Bijay Lila, the pastime of conquering the lust. If anyone hears about these pastimes, that person will be able to conquer the lust as well. Vikritam Vrajavadobir idam cha Vishnu. That's why Shukadeva Goswami Pada, in the end of Rasalila, in the conclusion, he says, he's giving the Siddhanta. If anyone with a lot of faith hears this Rasalila pastime, with unflinching faith, authentic Shraddha, if someone listens to this Harikatha of Rasalila very, surely and very quickly, that person will be able to conquer the lust. And there's no doubt about that. Vishwanath Chakravarti in Madhurya Kandamini, he describes this. The person first will get Parabhakti. Parabhakti will come to this person, topmost devotion. And then after that, the lust automatically will go away. The general conception is, first, if you have lust, anger in your heart, first you have to clean your heart, and then after that, Bhakti Devi will appear. But in this verse, it's described that first Parabhakti will come in the heart, and then after that, the lust will be conquered. But how is it possible? When the rays of the sun come, immediately the darkness goes away. Or what goes away? The darkness goes away first, or the sun rays come first? What happens first? So first the sun rays come, and the sun rays come, then the darkness immediately is vanished. Try to understand. Imagine if there's a room fully dark, and then how to destroy the darkness in this room? You have to open the door, the windows, and then if you open, then the sun rays will come and the darkness will go away. If someone is in a dark room and said, okay, if you just say, dark room, go away, darkness, go away, no. Darkness, go away. Just by saying, nothing happens. How to vanish the darkness? Only one way. Open the door, or switch on the light, and then automatically the darkness will go away, will vanish. The darkness will go away. So the same way, the darkness will go away as much as there's light. Means the more light there is, the more darkness will go away. This is the process. But this verse explains. Even though when the darkness is there, how Prema Bhakti appears even though the darkness is still there? So Bhakti Param Bhakti. First Parabhakti comes, then Pratilabhya Kaman. Hridroga means the disease of the heart which lusts. So first Parabhakti will come and then the lust will be destroyed. Do you understand or not? So generally it's like, okay, first the lust is destroyed and you can get bhakti. If your heart is not clean, you cannot attain Parabhakti. If you have a lot of dirt in a vase, in a pot, how to get water? You have to first clean all the dirt, all the mud, and then you can put water in this clay pot. So in the same way, if your heart is full of lust, anger, first you have to destroy your lust and anger, clean your heart, and then Bhakti will appear in your heart. But here, in the Rasa Lila, it's saying the opposite, the other way around. No. You have lust in your heart, anger, you have mohamad, like illusion, you have pride, and Prema Bhakti will come. That's divine, that's transcendental. This is the glories of hearing Rasa Lila Katha. This verse, Shukadeva Goswami explained that. This is the Phala Shruti, fruits of hearing the Rasa Lila Katha. So if you hear Rasa Lila Katha, what is the fruit of hearing Rasa Lila Katha? This verse describes the fruit of hearing, fruits of hearing. Do you understand? Amazing. So Vishnu Chakravarti Pada says, Kamatmika Bhakti will come. You'll appear in your heart. Kamatmika Bhakti means this love that the Vrajavasis have towards Krishna, this condensed love, prema, this first will appear in your heart. And then the lust and etc. will be destroyed. This is a transcendental thing, transcendental. Rasa Lila. This is the speciality of hearing Rasa Lila Katha. So how to reconcile? But my heart is not yet empty of the bad things. I still have lust, anger, everything bad in my heart. So how this Parabhakti will appear? Then Jiva Goswami explains the following. Look. You know the petals of the lotus flower. If you put one by one on top of another petal, imagine like billions of petals, one on top of the other. And if you put a needle through all of them, externally it looks like that the needle is piercing all these billions of petals, piercing all of them. Looks like because so quick, right? But if you would like a slow camera, actually it's like piercing each petal, and this takes time as well if you would like analyze in a slow motion. So in the same way, when you hear Harikatha, immediately, Rasa Lila Katha, immediately, just like by the needle, these petals of the lotus flower, all these billions of petals can be pierced. In the same way, very quickly, all this lust, anger, etc. will go away, and Prema Bhakti will be attained. And the verse also mentions that so Pratilabhya means, Pratilabhya Kama means after attaining, Prapta Karake, having attained. According to Sanskrit, this is called Asamarpika Kriya, which in English, I don't know the grammar for that, but it's like the action is not fulfilled yet. It's not completed yet. It's still, why? Because this transcendental divine love doesn't depend on any kind of mundane conception. Doesn't depend on any kind of mundane conception. Because prema is such a thing. By hearing Harikatha, when does prema bhakti appears? When? By hearing Harikatha, when does it appear? It's very hard to describe exactly when it happens, because there's prema that is attained by Vidhi Marga, following the path of rules and regulations, and also prema can also be attained by Raga Marga path. So if you attain prema by Vidhi Marga, it's like step by step. It's attained step by step. But if you attain through Raga Marga, the path of spontaneous devotion, it's like a galloping horse that jumps across over all the hurdles and just. So when you analyze Vidhi Marga, you go Shraddha Sadhu Sangam Bhajana Kriya Anata Nivriti Nishta Rucha Shakti, through all the stages, Bhava and Prema. It's like a step-by-step sequence. It's a sequence. But in Raga Marga, path of spontaneous devotion is like jumping horse, galloping horse. From Shraddha you can go straight to Nishta, and from Nishta you go straight to Ruchi and then Ashakti Bhav. Prem. So in Raga Marga, that's how it is. But still another example is given. How is it possible, you may ask? If you're thinking like this, like how is it possible? Then the answer is, there are two ways to go to the roof. One way is through the stairs. So a 10 storage building. Okay. So how will you go? You can go through the stairs. How long will it take you to go? Maybe 10, 15 minutes or 20 minutes? 20 minutes maybe? If you go through the stairs, it will take some time, maybe 20 minutes. But another path, another way of going is, another thing is also arranged for you to go, a lift. There's a lift. If you go by lift, if you press the button, then immediately it will take maybe 2 minutes or 2 seconds to get to the roof. It doesn't take long. But here, there's something very interesting. The lift also goes through all the stages, all the storages, all of them, but it goes very quickly. Example, if you follow Vidhi Marga, if you like through the stairs, one storage, the next storage, the next floor, the next floor, like zigzagging, the stairs, the stairs goes like zigzagging. But the lift, the elevator also touches all the floors. But how does it go? Very quickly. So in the same way, so in Vidhi Marga you go step by step. In Raga Marga you're also going step by step. You also go through all the stages, but so quickly, very quickly, very fast. So you should understand that. So these conceptions are given and explained like that. Don't think that, from Shraddha to Nishta, then Nishta to reach Shakti Bhava, and I attained all this. Like you didn't jump actually. You touched all of them in Raga Marga. You also went through it, but quickly. The only difference is, in Vidhi Marga it will take longer. And in Raga Marga, it is very quickly for you to attain. What is the meaning? Vidhi Marga Ratajane. Meaning that by hearing Harikatha, it's so powerful, the process of hearing Harikatha. Which Harikatha? Rasa Lila Katha. So much powerful to hear Hari Katha of Rasa Lila. It's just like a lift, taking you like a lift. So quickly, so fast, all this lust, anger, and bad things you have in your heart will be destroyed. And your heart will be so pure. So pure and fresh. And then Prema Bhakti very quickly will appear in your heart. So in Vidhi Marga, actually you can only attain Vaikuntha. If you follow only Vidhi Marga, therefore rules and regulations, you attain maximum to Vaikuntha. But if you follow Braja Raganuga, Bhakti, spontaneous devotion of Vraj, you can attain more. Even more than Vaikuntha, Yoda, Dwarka, Mathura. You can even attain Goloka Vrindavana. Try to understand that. Another point. Bhakti Param Bhagavati Pratilabhya Kam. Very quickly, all the disease of your heart will be conquered, destroyed. What is the worst disease of the heart? Is the lust. You can give up everything, but you cannot give up your lust. But if you hear Rasa Lila, if you hear Rasa Lila Katha, you can even conquer the lust. Why? Because the name of the Rasa Lila is Kama Bijay Lila, the Lila of conquering the lust. There's so much glories of Rasa Lila, so many glories. So it's Kam Bijay Lila, the Lila of conquering the lust. But you have to hear with faith, Shraddhanito. You must hear with faith, Shraddha. Shraddhanito. So, with very, very strong faith, you must hear with strong faith. Shraddha Anito, the verse explains. Shraddhanito. Very, very strong faith. Strong faith. Atyantik, unflinching faith is necessary. Unflinching faith. Atyantik Shraddha. If you should think, if I hear this katha, my life will be successful. I don't need to do anything else. I told about unflinching faith. It's just like Haridas Thakur says, my body can be cut in pieces, I'll never give up chanting holy names. Even if my body is cut into pieces and pieces, I still will never, ever stop chanting holy names of Shri Krishna. So this is described about unflinching faith, Shraddha. So this is called Atyantik Shraddha, unflinching faith. Anything can happen, doesn't matter. Even the world is destroyed, the end of the universe and the world, still, I'll never give up Harinam. This faith we must have. And this. After hearing, you should also describe or glorify. Whatever you heard, you should also repeat or glorify. Describe the Siddhanta you heard. In the topmost bhakti, para bhakti, means this kamatmika bhakti in the heart of the gopis. In the commentary, Vishwanath Chakravarti explains two kinds of bhakti, like yesterday I explained. Sambandhatmika and kamatmika, both. So Sambandhatmika is like Nanda Jashoda, Subal Shridham. Even the queens in Dwaraka also have Sambandhatmika bhakti. They serve Krishna according to their relationship. Bhakti means service. They serve Krishna according to their relationship. So the relationship is prominent and the seva vritti is secondary. So depending on your relationship, they'll serve Krishna accordingly. And they're always fixing their own ras, fixing their own sthai bhav. So in Vraja, 3 rasas are prominent: Sakya, Vatsalya, and Madhurjaras. So those in Sakaras, they are fixing Sakaras. They think Krishna is my friend. And according to this relationship of being friend, they behave with Krishna accordingly. Established in strong, fixing their Sthai Bhava. So in Vatsalya Bhava also they have also that. Example, Nanda Jashoda, they serve Krishna in Vatsalya Ras, thinking Krishna is my son. Nanda Jashoda takes care of Krishna thinking he's my son. Krishna says, my mom takes care of me thinking I'm her son. Mata more putra bhava kore lalana palan.
Sakha sakka bhave kore skandhe arohan Tunikul mararu ami tumi sam Mata more putra bhave kore lalana palan.
My mom takes care of me thinking I am just like a normal kid, a normal innocent baby. And I'm completely controlled by her Vatsalya love. Even though I'm capable of everything, I'm the Supreme Lord. Through Jogamaya, because of Jogamaya, in front of my parents, I'm just like a completely innocent, ordinary boy, just like a kid, child. So when the devotee enters Madhurya Ras, the devotees in Madhurya, Krishna says, I prefer the chastisement of the gopis than the prayers of Brahma and other devotees. So the gopis, they see Krishna as their beloved, Pranapriyatam. And they always fix in that Sthai Bhav. So in this way, Krishna relish the prema rasa in the heart of the devotees, and also makes the devotee also relish. So Krishna relishes these rasas, and he also enables his devotee to relish as well. All kinds of prema ras. Krishna, he relishes the mellows of the divine love, and also makes his devotees relish as well. So sweet, so sweet. If we compare Rama and Krishna, let's compare Ramachandra and Krishna. Ramachandra, he shows this opulent mood, right? He has opulent mood. Opulence mood. Shanta, Dasa, and a little bit of Sakya, a bit of Vatsalya, and Madhurya, also a little bit only of Madhurya Ras with Sita Devi. Madhurya Bhav, like wedded wife-husband relationship, but with opulence mood. Opulence mood is there. Rama always thinks, I am Kshatriya. I am a king, he thinks. He's always thinking this. So this opulent mood is there, opulence mood. And then, always following the rules and regulations, Maryada. Do you understand? That's why Ramachandra is called Maryada Purushottam. And his associates also always follow all the Maryada, all the etiquette and the proper behavior and the rules. Hanuman serves Ram, also following all the rules and regulations, all the etiquette. Lakshman, Bharat, they think they're his brother, they see themselves as brother of Ram, but still following also all the Maryada, all the rules and regulations. Always following the rules. Maryada, the rules, regulations, and etiquette. And if you go a little bit beyond the rules, immediately Rama pushes you down. Like sometimes Lakshman, he wanted to go a little bit below not below, above the rules, and Rama became so angry and completely pushes him down. Yeah, Rama to Lakshman, because Lakshman wanted to go beyond the rules sometimes, but then Rama pushes him down. We see in Ramayana this a few times. Like Lakshman became very angry sometimes, and then what Ramachandra did immediately. Oh, you want to break the rules? You want to transgress, go over the rules, transgress the rules? Do you want to? Especially when Ramachandra was sent to exile that time. Lakshman became so angry with the situation. My father, he's dominated by women. Straina, he used this word straina. Means he's completely under control of women. Straina. So my father, he's controlled by his wife KK and sent a brother like mine to the exile. My father is completely controlled by women, under the control like the women. And then Ramachandra said, Lakshman, my father is so great. No one is as like him. He's the embodiment of religion. Who said this? Ram said, my father is the embodiment of religion. There's no fault in our father, no fault. He didn't do anything wrong. He had promised he would give a blessing. He told KK in the past, he said, KK, I want to give you 2 blessings, benediction. KK said, okay. Whenever I need it, I will ask for these benedictions. So, KK had, Dasharatha Maharaj promised to give her. Example, I gave you some money for you to keep, to take care. I said, look, this is my money. Can you just take care for me? Can you take care for me? Then, whenever I want it, I'll ask them for the money back and you will give it, right? The money is not yours. The money was whose? Was mine. The money was mine. This is true or not? So in the same way, KK said, okay, my husband, keep these 2 benedictions. Whenever I need, I'll ask from you. So now she needed, KK needed. So she just asked. So what is his fault? And then what is her fault also? So the father just gave one benediction. She sent Rama to exile for 14 years. Second benediction, my son Bharat become the king of Ayodhya. My father is the embodiment of religion. So our father did whatever he had promised. So what is his fault? KK is not in fault, nor our father as well. So Bhagavan Ram told to Lakshman. So he said, Lakshman, you should never, ever speak like this about our father, ever again. If you speak like this about our father again, you'll not be my brother. I will not accept, I'll reject you as my brother. And then Lakshman apologized. Okay, my brother, I'll never say anything like this again. So sometimes Lakshman, he's Guru Tata, right? Sometimes Lakshman, he tried to a little bit transgress the rules. Ramachandra immediately, pushes him down. So everything will be destroyed if there's anything against the Maryada, the rules and regulations. Everything should be on the limits, or Ramachandra showed that society will be good if everything is following under the control of the rules. So the society needs rules and regulations, and everybody should follow. Human life should be with limits, with discipline, with control, rules. If you follow without control and rules, your life is going to be destroyed. Because animals, they don't have this. Animals don't have rules. Animals don't follow rules, do they? Animals don't follow rules. They do whatever they want.
इसलिए पशु जीवन और मनुष्य जीवन
So what is the difference between human life and animal's life?
एक मर्यादामय जीवन
So one life is full of rules, human life, and animal's life is without rules.
मनुष्य पशु में
So that's the difference between human beings and animals. Humans should follow rules.
समझ में आ रही
Do you understand what I said?
मनुष्य और पशु में इतना ही एक मर्यादा और एक मर्यादाहीन इसलिए हम तो कोई कुछ ऐसे गलत कोई व्यक्ति कोई गलत काम करे हम कहा
So if someone is doing something wrong, we say, "Are you an animal?" Isn't it? We say like this, "Are you an animal?" Someone's face.
तुम पशु के भांति
Means you're just like an animal. You are also breaking the rules just like an animal.
इसलिए भगवान रामचंद्र एक
So Bhagavan Ramachandra, he
बनाए
made the society in such a good way, showing that if we follow the rules, then we are worthy of calling ourselves human beings.
मानुष का
Manush, human being.
मानुष का जो है
Manush, human being.
अपने मर्यादा में खुश रखना चाहिए
So you should also
चेतन अनुशासन
be conscious about the rules and follow the rules. Then you're a human being. Can you? Manush. Manhush. So it's breaking the rule, the word and showing.
चलो भगवान रामचंद्र की है रामायण में मैंने एक काम बोला था जे रामायण
So one day I was speaking about Ramayana and I said,
सब
Bhagavan Ram, he gave donation to everyone.
सुना कि नहीं
I told you the other day. Which donation he gave?
जो जैसे मांगे उसी
Whatever you asked him, he gave to all. But 2 donations Ramachandra didn't give. 2 donations he didn't give.
रामायण में
In Ramayana, it's described in the Ramayana that Ramachandra, he gave donation to everyone,
किंतु दो दान
but 2 donations, 2 blessings, he never gave.
क्या क्या दान नहीं
Which donation he didn't give? Tell me. He never showed his back
शत्रु को
to his enemies. He never showed his back to his enemies. Ramachandra never showed his back to the enemy.
कोई
Yeah? His back to the enemy. Because he's a kshatriya, warrior. The warrior code of conduct is like to fight properly, and he was doing that.
है कोई हमारे साथ ललकारे चैलेंज
If someone challenges you, you should face certainly and accept the challenge
मैं भी युद्ध करूं
and fight that person who is challenging you. Do you understand?
जब हरधनुष भंग हुई
So when the Shivji's bow was broken,
ये आ गया है ना
Parashuram came, you know,
है क्रोधित होकर
Parashuram came very angry.
भगवान रामचंद्र कहने लगे
In the end, Ramachandra said,
मैं अपराधी हूं
I am an offender, okay, because I broke the bow of Shiva.
है दिए हुए जो धनुष है
This bow was like
मैं समझा आप मुझे क्या
important to you, was yours. What do you want to give? Okay, I'm offender, so I accept my punishments.
मेरे साथ युद्ध करो
Then he said, fight with me, Parashuram said.
उस समय भगवान रामचंद्र
And then Bhagavan Rama also became completely like absorbed in the warrior. Like,
है
yes, the
ललकारे
conduct of my warrior dynasty. If someone challenges us, we never show our back to that person.
युद्ध में
So we accept the challenge.
मर जाएंगे अथवा
We can die in the challenge or defeat.
क्षत्रिय लोग कभी पीठ नहीं
The Kshatriyas, the warriors, they never show their back.
देखो
So you can see,
परशुराम
Rama told to Parashuram in that time.
ये दान नहीं देते शत्रु के
So one donation he never gave
ललकार थे
to give his back to the
उनके लिए
enemies. Means he always accept the challenge straight away.
सामने सत्य ये है
Confronting from front to front, like immediately.
व्यक्ति के निकट वो पीठ नहीं दिखा
Never showing his back to someone challenging him. Krishna is opposite way. Krishna is opposite.
पीठ दिखाई नहीं
Krishna so many times showed his back.
जब
Kaljavan, for example.
पकड़ने के लिए
He tried to catch Krishna. He was running after him and Krishna running from him. That's why a name of Krishna is Ranchor, a deserter of the battlefield, because he's always running away. And Kaljavan ran after him as well.
ये भगवान ये रामचंद्र ने ये कहा है
So Bhagavan Ram said,
मैं पीठ दान नहीं
I never show my back to anyone. I never gave this donation of like showing my back.
और दूसरी
Another one,
बोले
he never had any second intentions with any other women, not looking any other women with like second intentions or malice or something like that. Never looking to any other women with malice or second intentions. Always following the proper rules. This Ramayana Katha is so beautiful. But in Krishna Lila, Rasa Lila, he did the Rasa Lila with whom? The gopis who were married to someone other gopas. Bhagavatam describes Krishna performed the Rasa Lila with women belonging to other men. Parikshit Maharaj asked this. If Krishna came to this world to establish the Dharma, if Krishna came to this world to establish Dharma, he comes in every age to establish the Dharma. Jadupati Krishna, by performing Rasa Lila, performing pastimes of the women belonging to other men. So what is the world going to benefit from that? What is the benefit he's giving to this world? Hearing this kind of katha, how people get benefit hearing about this activity of the Lord? He's doing pastimes of the wives of others. It's such a beautiful question. It's a critical question. And this question, everyone can ask this, like it's a normal question, of course. Anyone would think this. Krishna is performing Rasa Lila with the wives of others. Did something very wrong. It's terrible. And Krishna says that he comes in this world to establish the Varnashram Dharma, the religion. But this is established, not establishing the religion, right? Two verses are important in the Gita. Jada jada hi dharmasya.
Tadatmanam Srijamyaham Paritranaya
sadhunam vinasaya susritam dharma sansthapanarthaya sambhavami juge.
So with these two verses, Krishna is saying that he comes to establish Varnashram Dharma, and in the same time, he's doing something which is against the religion, transgressing the religious principles. Then Shukadeva Goswami gave answer in two verses. Only Krishna can transgress the rules. Example, if someone who is very powerful, he can do anything. And the society accepts if someone very powerful does something like which odd, but the person is so powerful, then everyone accepts. So, tejyasam apina dosaya. If someone who is very powerful does something, the society, everyone accepts it. Tejyasam api na dosaya jata vanni. Vanni means like the fire. Like the fire, he accepts everything, and it remains pure always. The fire will never be impure. Anything you throw in the fire, you can even throw alcohol, and then the fire will make that thing in ashes. Even meat, anything if you put. The fire will just eat everything and continue pure. That's why fire is called Sarvabhuk. What did I say? Sarvabhuk. He eats everything. But the fire is never impure, always remaining pure. So the Bhakta gives this example. Tejyasam apina doshaya jatavanni. Just like a powerful person can do anything, and just like the fire. Swayam Bhagavan Krishna, he's doing this that with the wives of others that you're mentioning. Who is performing Rasa Lila? Is Swayam Bhagavan. Shukadeva Goswami told Parikit, before the Rasa Lila, I told Bhagavan Apita Ratri Saradotpula Malika
Vikshantu Manaschakre
Jogamaya Pasrita.
Sarvatpulla Mallika.
So in the beginning of Rasa Lila, it's described Bhagavan is doing Rasa Lila.
Manaschakre Jogamaya Pasritam. और भगवान की लीला करें किसके द्वारा?
Krishna decided to do the Rasa Lila and with the arrangement of Jogamaya.
इसलिए कि भगवान
So Bhagavan, the Supreme Lord, is doing this activity.
O Supremo está realizando essa atividade.
भगवान जो क्रिया आदि करते
Whatever the Supreme Lord does,
उनको
Supremo
कोई
faz.
अंकुश लगाने
no one can accuse him of anything.
वो जो क्रिया आदि करते क्यों करते हैं?
Why is he doing that?
Ele está fazendo isso.
इसकी आपको समझ में नहीं।
You cannot understand.
Pode entender.
और दूसरी बात है
Another point,
जो तुम जो कह रहे हो गोपियां जो परस्ती
you're saying that the gopis are married to someone else.
वास्तव में गोपियां परस्ती
Actually, they are not married to someone else.
São casadas com outros.
है। ये गोपियां स्वयं
These gopis, they are
कृष्ण की
actually
सर्वशक्ति
the Swarupa Shakti, Hladini Shakti Swarupini, manifestations of Shrimati Radhika, which is the embodiment of the Hladini potency and internal potency of Lord. But people don't have enough knowledge. So they think that actually gopis are married to another person. They are like normal women.
किंतु वास्तव में
But actually, who are these gopis?
स्वयं कृष्ण की एक एक शक्ति के मूर्ति
They are manifestation of the Shakti of Krishna.
राधा पूर्ण शक्ति कृष्ण पूर्ण
Shrimati Radhika is the complete potency.
वेद नहीं शास्त्र
And Krishna is the possessor of the potency. There's no difference between both of them. Radha Purna Shakti and Krishna is the possessor of that potency, Purna Shaktiman. There's no difference between Shakti and Shaktiman. They are having immortal pastimes together, Shakti and Shaktiman, potency and the possessor of the potency.
तुम जिस गोपियों के साधन
So you're thinking these gopis are ordinary women,
गोपियों साधन से
but they are not ordinary women. They are not.
है वास्तव ये है कि कृष्ण की मानो कृष्ण ही
Krishna himself,
एक रूप में गोपियों
he's manifesting actually in the form of these gopis, and he's making this pastime with himself.
से बाहर
An example is given just like a kid, a child, that
छाया के साथ
will play with his own shadow.
चलता रहा
A child playing with his own shadow.
वो छाया के अपने शरीर की
So the shadow is from his own body, right?
A sombra vem do próprio corpo da criança, né?
दूसरे भी कहा
Another point is, example, when you bathe,
स्नान के
when
समय
you take a bath,
Na hora de se banhar,
अपने बाएं हाथ के
with your right hand, you massage or clean your left hand. You put soap and everything up with left hand in your right hand. So what is there any fault in that?
isso aí você com a sua mão direita deve passar.
ठीक उसी प्रकार कृष्ण कृष्ण
So in the same way, there's no difference between Krishna and gopis.
गोपी तत्व में
Those who don't know Gopi Tattva, don't understand Radha Tattva and Gopi Tattva,
चित्त मन
then their mind is polluted and they think polluted things about this. Oh, Krishna is performing this with wives of others or these women, or
और कृष्ण रसिक से
Krishna is Rasik Shekhar. He's exporting relishing. He wants to relish these madhuryas, like this sweetness of relationships.
और एक
So, Tattva Vichara and Rasa Vichara. Philosophy and conception of mellows.
तत्व विचार में
So, if you don't have Tattva Jnana Vichar, the philosophy, if you hear Rasa Lila, your heart will also be polluted, contaminated.
ये कारण नहीं तो
So-
जादू मनसा भी जानी सरब ऐसे राष्ट्र की अनुकरण करनी
You should never imitate the Rasa Lila.
Não deve imitar a
If you're not like Lord Shiva, and if you want to drink
विष पान करने की
poison,
beber veneno.
साहस करें
if you drink the poison, you will die. You'll die.
उसी प्रकार
So in the same way,
ये राष्ट्र कथा आदि उसी प्रकार
Rasa Lila Katha is also like that.
श्रवण के लिए मना नहीं करना
It's not prohibited for you to hear.
श्रवण करो
You should hear it, but
अनुकरण
never imitate. It's prohibited to imitate it. Do you understand?
ये गोपियां कोई साधु
These gopis are not ordinary women.
São mulheres comuns.
और ये जो जो राष्ट्र आदि कृष्ण जो है एक अपना
Krishna is performing Rasa Lila, and they're manifesting this Madhurya Rasa, means in his own mood, internal mood of Madhurya Rasa.
बहुत सुंदर रूप में
So beautiful,
गोपियों की वजह तत्व आदि सिद्धांत
this thought about the gopis. Srila Shukadeva Goswami explained to Parikshit Maharaj in the Bhagavatam.
आज चलो बहुत दूर हम चले गए
Anyway, we came very far in the Harikatha.
ये सन कृष्ण जो रास विलास आदि गोपियों
So Krishna is performing Ras Vilasa with the gopis.
ये गोपियां
These gopis, who are they?
आनंद चिन्मय रस प्रतिभाव
Ananda Chinmaya Rasa Pratipadkabis. They are manifestations of Srimati Radhika, which is the internal potency of Lord. Brahma Samhita explains. Krishna, his Ananda Rasa Swarup, the embodiment of the bliss and mellows. So to relish that, through his Jogamaya, he manifests Radha and all the gopis. Srimati Radhika herself, she is Hladini Shakti, the pleasure potency of Lord. So she gives happiness to Krishna. Krishna takes and relishes this Ananda Ras, this bliss, through Hladini Shakti Srimati Radhika. And also, through the same potency, Hladini Shakti, he also enables the devotees to relish also Ananda Ras, bliss. Those who are unqualified people, they cannot understand that. That's why, about Radha Tata, it's described that the essence of Prem is Bhav, essence of Bhav is Mahabhav. Srimati Radhika is the personification of Mahabhav. So she's embodiment of Prema and Mahabhava. Srimati Radhika. Srimati Radhika, from her toenails until tip of her hair, everything is made of Prem. Nothing else. An example is given. If, imagine you make a sugar doll. Only sugar, only sugar. Tell me, which one will be sweeter? The feet of the doll, or the hands of the doll, or the head of the doll? Which one will be sweeter? Maybe the feet will be sweeter. Some people say, no. Maybe the mouth will be sweeter. No. It's sugar doll is made of sugar, everything. There's only sugar everywhere in the doll. There's nothing else, no other ingredient. You can find this in the market. Like a sugar doll. It's only made of sugar. They made a syrup of the sugar. And they make even the shapes with the sugar, like things like that. Everything's made of only sugar and sugar. Any part you taste is the same taste of the sugar. So in the same way, Radha and the gopis, their form is only made of Hladini Shakti, Ananda, bliss, happiness. If you think about it, Krishna is made of Sat Chit Ananda. So if you take the Ananda out, Krishna is only Sat and Chit, existence, spiritual existence and transcendental knowledge. Chit Swarup again, this is Brahma, effulgence. So if it's only Sat, then it's effulgence. If it's Sat and Chit, existence, transcendental existence. Sorry, it's only Chit, consciousness, that's Jnana, Brahma. Effulgence. But if it's Sat and Chit together, then it's Paramatma, Super Soul. Understand? So when Satchit Ananda are together, then it's Satchit Ananda, Swayam Bhagavan, Rasa Swarup, the embodiment of mellows. Srimati Radhika is Ananda Swarupini. Srimati Radhika, embodiment of bliss. Ananda Swarupini, embodiment of Prema. There's nothing else, only Ananda. She's pleasure potency.
A potência de prazer de Krishna.
Srimati Radhika is Ananda Swarupini, only bliss, bliss, bliss. And Srimati Radhika, she gives bliss to Krishna. So who gives all kinds of bliss? The origin of all happiness is Srimati Radhika, origin of all the happiness and bliss. The more deep you go in the analyzing all this philosophy, then you'll see that actually she's the origin of all bliss. And also all the other rasas, Shanta Dasa Sakavatsali Madhuri, the 5 main rasas and the 7 secondary rasas also. Hasya, Adbhut, Korun, Bir, Vibhatsa, all these rasas, the mellows of relationships, 7 secondary rasas.
इसके कितने रस हो गए?
So how many in total? 12 tastes of relationship with God.
12 raças de relacionamento com os
ये
irmãos.
12 जो रस
12
इसके लिए
rasas.
अलग-अलग मूर्ति भी है।
So each one has one murti, personification.
अलग-अलग वर्ण भी
And
है।
also each rasa has a color.
ये 12 रस की
So the 12 rasas, they have
सात्विक देवता भी
separate Adhistatri Devata, presiding deity. The Shastra describe this. In the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, all this is described.
कौन सा रस के कौन सा मूर्ति
Which rasa has
अधिष्ठापित रस
which presiding deity? We should also know that.
Também deve saber sobre isso.
जब ये संस्था आलोचना नहीं
So if you never study all that,
पूरा शास्त्र में प्रवेश नहीं।
you cannot enter the Rasa
रस
Shastra.
में भी और भी कहते हैं, एक वैदिक रस होता
And
है।
also the Vari Ras, enemy rasas are incompatible, and Maitri Ras, rasas which are friendship, have friendship or compatible. So 5 main rasas, Santa Dasa, Sakya, Vatsalya, and Madhurya. 5 main rasas.
इसमें एक रस दूसरे रस के क्या करते हैं?
So one rasa, some nourish each other and some
ये
not.
लोग भी इसका मतलब कहते हैं,
Contrários.
कौन सा रस? ये क्या बोले? वैदिक रस
So some rasas are Vairi, means enemies or incompatible,
जो रस वैदिक होकर
and some are Maitri, compatible.
दूसरी रस की भी
Compatíveis e outros que são
पुष्टि कराते हैं। कोई विरोध करके भी पुष्टि कराते
So sometimes even against of being enemy, they are also nourishing.
हैं। आश्चर्य है।
That's amazing, very impressive.
रस की माधुर्य होता है
The rasa madhurya is so much that even by being against that rasa, you can also nourish that rasa.
मित्रता हो उनकी रस की पुष्टि
So
कराता
even by being a friend, you can also nourish. Means all the rasas,
है। योगदान एक दूसरे
they are contributing towards each other. Do you understand?
मतलब तो वैदिक रस है
Oh, but it's an enemy rasa or incompatible.
पर शत्रुता करके
But
भी
even by being enemy of that rasa
também aquela
रस की भी
is also
माधुर्य बढ़ाता है।
nourishing and showing sweetness.
रस की हित कराते हैं।
Nourish that rasa.
हित अचिंत्य भेदाभेद
That's the Achinta Beda Beda Tata Siddhanta.
समझ में आना बहुत कठिन
It's a little bit hard to understand.
é pouco de
आज नहीं। ये समझ में आना बहुत कठिन
It's very hard to understand this.
विरोध करके भी
How being against can also glorify that thing more and make that glory like more.
मित्रता करके भी उसकी महिमा
Some people also manifest the glory of that thing by being a friend.
एक मित्र दूसरे
Example, two friends, they praise each other and they always like glorify each other because they're friends.
समझ में आ रही
Do you understand or not?
है मैं कह रहा हूँ देखो
Example, I say, Prakash Prabhu, he's so great, he's so generous, Prakash Prabhu, he's so generous.
उनकी सारी महिमा
And I tell all his glories and qualities and
लोग उसके
everyone,
कहते हैं, हाँ
oh yeah, that's true.
फिर दूसरे व्यक्ति
But another person, he will maybe
है निंदा करे
bad mouth Prakash Prabhu,
निंदा करके भी उनके
criticize him. But in this way, he's also showing his glories in this world. How possible? Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about.
है बोले उदाहरण दिया जाता
The
है
example is given, just like,
कीचड़ है
the mud. If there's a mud,
मांस कैसे पड़ा हुआ है
the mud is just there,
मांस को स्टिमुलेट करने के लिए क्या करना
but to stimulate the mud, you need to throw some stones in the mud.
है पत्थर फेंकने
And
से
if you throw stones on the mud, that mud will just, how to say, scatter like a spill everywhere, no?
Aí essa lava vai ser espalhada.
है मांस को कोई भी इतने नहीं कोई कोई कुछ नहीं कर जब
The mud doesn't do anything on itself, but if someone throws some stones,
Pedras.
है हिंदी में मांस को क्या बोलते हैं
Mel? Kichar.
कीचड़ हाँ
In Hindi, they call kichar. It's a mud. If you throw a stone, the stone will like spill the mud everywhere, you know? So,
उसमें मांस को कोई नहीं देख रहा है कुछ नहीं कर
before no one was seeing the mud, but when you
उसमें जोर से पत्थर फेंको
threw that mud, the stone in the mud,
वो उछल करके क्या करते
then the mud spread everywhere, you know, like spewed.
विरोधिता करके भी
So sometimes even by being against someone, you can also help establishing the glories of that person in this world. So
Estabelecer as glórias
और कई
some you can also
विरोधिता
establish the glory of that person or praise by being friend or by being enemy. They are also actually that person who is glorious cannot hide his glories. So whether you describe him by being friend or enemy, the person is glorious, so the glory will be there always.
अच्छा बताइए बताइए
I tell you one thing. Example, Shila Gurudeva, Shila Narayana Goswami Maharaj. Time's up.
महाराज श्री गुरुदेव
Guru Maharaj.
मैं प्रश्न कहीं
Gurudeva said, I never give one step out of Braj. He stayed 60 years in Braj. He never wanted to leave Braj. I saw that Tamal Krishna Maharaj, all of them, they came to Gurudev at that time. And they told Gurudeva, please, let's come to Western countries to preach. They called Gurudeva that time. But Gurudeva told, no, I never want to leave Braj. I don't want to leave Braj. I've seen it. I saw it. Tamal Krishna Maharaj, Giriraj Maharaj. So they used to come to Mathura in Gurudeva. They used to themselves do Guru Puja to Gurudeva with Arati even. I seen in my own eyes. And Madhav Maharaj, yeah, we saw in Mathura. So they used to hear Harikatha, Rasa Leela, Vilap Kusumanjala, all Katha from Gurudeva, Rasa Panchadhai, Rasa Leela, everything. They used to hear from Gurudev. Then after they said, let's go to preach in Western country. He said, no, I will not. My Gurudev gave me this place in Braj, so I'll stay in Braj. I don't want to leave this place. So, but then some situation came. The same people that were so friends with Gurudeva, they became what? The same people became against or enemy of Gurudeva and started bad-mouthing Gurudeva, even giving problems to the devotees of Gurudeva as well. Gurudeva said, I will go to Western countries now then. Gurudeva said, the baby lion was sleeping, but now you woke up, the baby lion, and the problem will come to you. Because the baby lion was sleeping, the lion cub was sleeping. The lion cub was sleeping, but you decided to wake him up, so now he will maybe create a problem to you. So you cannot stop me. And in the end, Gurudev came to Western countries, and Gurudev, for 10 years, he traveled everywhere in the world, maybe 10 or 12 years, from 96 to 2010, so how many years? Almost 14 years. Gurudev, how many times he traveled in the Western countries, everywhere in the world? The whole world, Gurudev, he did. What is it? Tabai Machai means it? Yeah, it's like a big storm of prema, the storm of divine love everywhere in the world. Gurudev had made in the whole world the storm of divine love. Many people tried to stop him. Gurudev said, who can stop me? So you can, some people preach Gurudev's glories being against him, and also by being friends as well. Do you understand? So what I'm trying to say is that the rasas are also like that. All the rasas, they nourish Madhurya Ras, they increase Madhurya Ras. Just like all the rivers, they meet in the ocean, and they increase the beauty and the volume of the ocean. So all the rasas, all of them, all the rasas, they nourish Madhurya Ras, conjugal love. And also all of them come from Madhurya Ras and spread. Just like the water of the ocean goes to the river, and then the water of the river comes to the ocean as well. It's called high tide and low tide, you know? So in the same way, all the rasas, they nourish and increase Madhurya Ras. Some do that in an inimical way or friendly way. But all of their duties is to increase Madhurya Ras. Try to understand. Now time's up already, yeah? 9:30. Let's take prasada. We have to go.
कौन से ग्रंथ में आप जोड़ रहे
चैतन्य चरितामृत में शुरू किया था, वही जहाँ पर छोड़ दिया था कल, वहीं से शुरू किया था।
So I started in Chaitanya Charitamrita what I was reading yesterday. Adilila, 4th chapter, 270 or something. Yeah.
आनंद समुद्र কিছুই না জানে আমার সকলে রাধা পায় যে আনন্দ শত মুখে বলি তবু না পাই তার অন্ত লীলা অন্তে সুখে তার অঙ্গের মাধুরী তাহা দেখি সুখে আমি আপনা পাশরি দোহার যে সমরস ভরতমুনি মানে
Chapter क्या? 4th chapter, Adilila.
আমার ব্রজের রস কেউ নেই Adilila 4th chapter verse number 256
256 verse, chapter 4, Adilila. 257 and 256.
258
Until 258. So for 3 verses, I spent all this time just speaking about 3 verses of Chaitanya Charitamrita.
जय जय श्री राम ओए हरि बोल
Yeah, seriously.
ओए stand up बोले जय जय श्री राम